What is up, my friends? We're doing a little fishing today. Anything that bites. I really want to get some bass on. I have seen a return of them recently. Oh man, look at gar right there. Is that dead? I gotta grab him out. No, that's odd. Looks like we got a return of the gar. I bet I can catch him right now. Let me try. Anyhow, it started raining. Hopefully this rain lets up. I don't really know. I'm gonna keep eyes on that fish. I'm about to throw in a little bait, see if I can catch him. He might have cruised off. That was weird. Anyhow, let's get to fishing. Hopefully this rain lightens up. So I'm gonna be starting out with this Fluke. It's actually beautiful. I mean, minus the rain. It's a very, very nice day. We were in the mid 60s. I busted the shorts out. Funny story about shorts. The last time I wore these, sorry, there's fish jumping everywhere, losing my train of thought. I hadn't pulled them out in a while. I went to pull them out. Boom, brown recluse flies right out of the leg, man. Right when I was putting them on too. Super sketch. The spiders are a nuisance and we get a lot of them around here. There we go, there's a fish. Within a couple casts, man. If it's not lightning, they're biting. That's what I usually say. Pretty white right there. Decent size for this area too. Get you back in. I dig fishing in the rain usually when I have my rain jacket, so unfortunately it wasn't in the forecast. So I didn't think to bring one. As soon as I get here, it starts drizzling, starts pouring, so I'm not about to leave with my tail between my legs just yet. If it starts coming down crazy, maybe we'll think about it and sit this out for a bit, but I can deal with this right now. So we are gonna kind of sit tight here for a little bit. Not only are the fish crazy aggressive in this area when it rains, due to all this coming down, bringing in bait and all kinds of stuff. Also, these rocks are extremely slick. I'd like it to settle a little bit before we start working the rock. Hopefully this rain will let up. I don't see it raining all day. You never know. It's not too bad right now. It looks kind of bad, but I'm not completely soaked yet. Might switch over to a bit of a more finesse bait. Right now I have a 3.5 inch paddle tail on by Big Bite Baits. Switching between that and Flukes, two things I brought, whatever's easier for me to grab at the time. That's a fish. I thought we had a snag. What on earth, man? Gotta be a drum. Yeah. Well, sorry about that, buddy. So certainly not a bass, guys, but I'm really, really thankful for it considering the weather conditions we're working with right now. It's so easy to get frustrated out here snagging up occasionally. I was just trying to yoink a snag up, didn't even realize I had a fish on, but pretty little drum. I'm gonna get her back in and keep going at it. Alright guys, so it's turning out to be a lot more difficult than I thought to catch these fish in the rain today. So I'm busting out the tube. I bring 2 baits with me everywhere I go, no matter what, and those are Flukes and tubes. So we're gonna throw this tube around, see if it's gonna work out. This is a 2.75 inch green pumpkin flake, something like that from Strike King. And we're just gonna chuck this out here and bust it over this rock. See if anything's sitting there that would rather hit this. I'm gonna work it a bit slower. I'm gonna jig it a bit. I like to kind of pop it and slightly swim it sometimes drag it. I kind of switch it up. Kind of hard to fish these wrong unless you're doing something absolutely crazy. This rod is a bit lighter than I typically like to use for tubes, but it's gonna do just all right. Oh, we got a line. So oh my goodness, doing the environment some good. I mean, this is like 20-pound mono. You don't need this out here. Holy cow, dude. Oh my goodness. We're gonna pack that in our bag and take it with us. Maybe that good karma will help us out, even though it seems to have started raining twice as hard since we pulled that out, but maybe that's just what we need. Good fish. That is a decent fish. At least it feels that way. I don't know, this is an extremely light rod. Come on now. I've been waiting for you. Oh yeah. Another drum. I guess it's not as big as it felt, but hey man, I'm thankful. There we go. Little drum on the tubage. Sweet. Pretty little one. You never know what you'll catch cracking the old tube. Now I'm gonna put this camera away for a little bit. I don't have a battery cover on it, unfortunately, but I'll pull it out in a little bit. Maybe if we catch something interesting. I sure didn't think this rain would stay this consistent, man. It's either gonna make for some decent fishing tomorrow or some tough stuff. There we go, that's a decent fish. I gotta stop saying that, because then they come up and they're not that big. This one feels like a drum as well. I don't really know, I haven't seen it yet. Oh no, that is a nice white bass. Got a belly on her. White bass and drum. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. I don't know yet. She's pretty. A little yellow tint to her belly. Thank you. That's wild, man. You'd think the paddle tail or the downsized little crappie jig would be picking them all up. It turns out the tube is more effective than both. Maybe just the way I'm fishing it, slower and closer to the bottom. But last time it was pouring rain, I actually was cracking a tube and did quite well. So it might be the move and on rainy days. Oh, there we go. That's a decent one. Pulling me down like a nice juicy white. Oh. Well, there you have it, folks. Skipjacks like tubes too. Now these fish will eat just about anything they see and can fit in their mouths, so I'm not surprised. Skipjack herring. Surprised we haven't caught more of those. Just a multi-species day, really. I bet he saw that tube fall down and hit it on that first pop. I wasn't really paying attention. I think that's what happened. if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. So these rainy days can be real hit or miss. We've been out here about 3 hours, caught 4 fish. I'm gonna make my way to one more spot before heading home that typically does decent in the rain. It's not too hard to get to. It's on the way to my car. Anyhow, we're gonna crack around the old tube there and see if anything's willing to bite.